Alright, hello my friends, and welcome back to our Ironman playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3 using the Githyanki Sorcerer. Hope you're all doing well and ready to explore the Hollow. So, we just arrived at the Hollow, we get to talk to a bunch of NPCs, we managed to rescue everyone at the gates, and then also the person who was being snuck up on by a bugbear assassin. And something that you might remember from last episode is I sold all the junk that I'd picked up to this guy, such that he had no money remaining. Well, let's just quickly talk to him, because we have exited and reloaded the game since then, of course, since it's a new episode. You'll notice that his cash has regenerated, which it does every time you leave and re-enter the game. So if you ever need to sell a bunch of stuff to a single merchant, you can just exit and reload again. There's also, he's got some food. We should also take a quick look at his items, because he has some that are mildly interesting. So these gloves of missile snaring we could use as a reaction to reduce incoming ranged damage. This has to be at the person who is being... this has to be worn by the person who's being targeted by the attack, though, so it's not as powerful as it might look. The throwing damage, not so much. The medium armor, which gives us 13 AC and +1 nature, is pretty bad as medium armor goes. The most useful item he has is probably this bow, which if you use both spells and bow attacks, like let's say you were an arcane trickster rogue, you could use this bow. That said, we're not going to buy anything of his, but we will just sell Lae'zel's inventory to him to free up some space as well there, since he now has that cash back. So let's... oh, come on. Just selling all of the clothes and random stuff, but of course we're going to keep the bulbs and active items. I'm going to hang on to this shield for a couple reasons, just because we might need a shield at some point, and also shields make really good items to throw into traps to trigger them or block a vent, something like that, because they're large and flat and tend to be fairly heavy. And we'll sell this ritual staff. It doesn't, as far as I know, have any special properties, even though it is kind of cool that it's a unique-ish looking staff. And that's it. Let's balance that and barter. And we got a little bit of cash on Lae'zel, and we are done with our trading for now.
Sylvanas be with you.
At least things have stayed interesting.
Then we need to go talk to these folks who are having an argument over here, so let's see what that's all about.
What's up for discussion?
Hells! We can't just leave. They're kin!
I'll not gamble our lives, our futures, on people who are as good as dead. We must leave for Baldur's Gate at once.
Can we all just take a moment, please?
What's the point in blazing spells if we don't bloody use them? We should stay. These people aren't fighters. We can help.
Or yell louder. That's fine too.
So we can intervene in this, we could have them leave, and then, for example, if we were going to... spoilers for the future story, I suppose, but if we were going to attack the Grove later on, we could convince these guys to leave and then we wouldn't have to fight them. But as is, we're going to have them stay, if we can manage it. Have a pretty good bonus to this, so hopefully our roll will be high enough. Got there.
Thank you. It's the right thing to do, and you know it.
She's right, Roland. We're better than this.
Zergan. Fine, I'll stay too. Lest you both end up with your throat slit by goblin blade.
Thank you, Roland.
Then we're just going to go talk to a few other folks around the place.
Death trap, not a sanctuary.
If we had Speak with Animals available, we could talk to these oxen and get some interesting information from them. As is, they're just going to say moo. So we're going to wait until we have someone who can cast Speak with Animals for us. Of course, what they tell us about is just that there is gear in this haystack, and we actually made the check. I didn't actually know you could make that check without Speak with Animals. I don't think I've seen that before, so we will open the pouch and take all, and then take the pouch separately so it doesn't cause us problems in terms of organization. Then we run over here, and we can talk to Wyll again.
Go on. Give me a best shot. Not bad. Again.
Who's busy beating up children.
I can't do it. I'm not like you.
Umi, I don't need you to be like me. You just have to buy enough time to run. Come on. I believe in you. You can do this.
Then we can do this, and I think
You're on
that
the right
gives us a
path,
little
Umi.
bit of approval.
Go on now. Practice what you've learned.
Well met. The blade of frontiers at your...
The man's smile bends downward, and his thoughts become yours. You are the blade of frontiers racing through the wastes of Avernus. Just ahead, a diabolical figure, red skin, single curled horn, blazes with flame, bloodied great axe held.
Hell's great fires. You were on the ship.
Yes, everyone was on the ship. Well, everybody we're gonna meet is on that darn ship. Alright, yes, and we both carry parasites.
Doomed to shed our skin and become a lithid, or so the stories go. But we haven't sprouted any...
Your minds collide once more. Wyll chases the fiend ignited with
We are just
rancor.
gonna...
Shit! You saw her. Advocatus Diaboli.
Advocatus Diaboli. The devil's
Made the check.
advocate. A champion in the blood war between diabolical forces and demons.
And then we can ask this, because we made the check.
That ship sailed the Styx already. Her name is Karlach. An archdevil. I tracked her through the hells to the Mind Flayer ship. But the damn... She's out there now. Preying on the innocent. I don't kill her. She'll leave behind nothing but a trail of corpses.
So if we do let's join forces, I know we lose approval with Lae'zel. I'm gonna go with this one and see
Just
if
so you
that
know, my
keeps
first
our
duty
approval.
is Karlach. I'm oath-bound to go after her. But I won't deny this infection. You'll need to make... Still, when the time comes, call for a splendid plan.
I didn't actually see what the approval change for that interaction was. Anyways, Wyll is a warlock, and so not terribly useful to us at this particular point, because we need Astarion for lockpicking. Later on, if we wanted to bring Wyll, we could actually respec him into lockpicking, because he's human, so he has bonus skill specializations, or immovable skills that he could select from any skill. So even if his class normally wouldn't grant that skill, he can take it.
Oh, right. Go for the heart.
We can just quickly talk to everyone, see if they have any info for us. Talk to all the kids here.
This is boring.
You're right, Gan. Train against real goblins. Alright, and let's talk to this guy.
I saw you at the gates. A few words for the kids? Spare a story or two.
And then we can do...
Thanks.
I think we get approval from Wyll if we'd kept him there for making the kids happy, but...
Sorry. I've never seen your faces. Well, I should get back to it.
Interesting technique. We could also be mean to him. Our character's just like vacantly smirking while we're contemplating being mean. Let's just go with this and see if we can.
Goblins in the wild, out for blood. We need to be ready for a fight. But I'm useless with a sword.
Yeah, let's do this one.
Haratha Jack, and swing! Yes! You really know what you're doing. Found this by the road. Bet you'll put it to good use.
I like that, but let's keep going with the Githyanki
I'll
one.
suffer embarrassment so long as I survive. But I'll keep at it. Thank you.
Oh, we can say this anyways.
Oh, yes, when the time comes, it'll be nothing but battle cries from me.
It's kind of fun that we managed to get so much approval from Lae'zel just for talking to that guy. And an inspiration. We can use this to reroll a failed die, which is really nice. We also got a battle axe. I think Lae'zel actually currently does not have a real two-handed weapon, right? So the battle axe, we can give her... Oh no, right, this is the battle axe, not the great axe. Alright, and then for a little bit more approval from Lae'zel, we can go harass this guy.
We must speak.
By Mordai's eyes. More of them. My friend's blood not enough. Come to rip me open too.
In Kresh Kalir, a formal greeting begins with a bow.
The mocap for that scene is really good. The actress is like really selling the contempt there. And then we can just do menacing glare. It makes Shadowheart sad, but
Lower.
so we can probably balance our approval a little bit by doing this.
You dare interrupt? Has the tadpole ravaged your senses?
Ooh, we can really... I haven't taken this dialogue chain before, but let's try this one.
On the road to Baldur's Gate, near the mountain pass. Saw us, for we saw it. And I just...
The map. Show me.
Now we can speak to Lae'zel about this. Nope. We're back in. For some reason it had us selecting
The
Lae'zel.
last time a subordinate questioned my judgment, I ate tongue stew that very night.
I warned you, didn't I? You ought to reconsider keeping her around before she causes real trouble.
Now we can use some Githyanki magic to
Your tantrum proves you no wiser than a hatchling. The tiefling was clear. If there are Githyanki west of here, that must be our objective. Purification cannot wait. I am unfamiliar with the...
I like that.
I shall not say culture. Custom, perhaps.
And then we can do, what does
The
purification
Kresh holds
entail?
the Aethisk. It will cleanse us of the parasite. By Vlaakith's covenant, I know little more.
You get no information about this if you're not a Githyanki, because it's actually a secret, so that's kind of nice. There's a little quest in here that we will be able to do if we can get through these doors without anybody noticing. So let's walk up here. And have everyone stealth. Notice that we are not in any lines of sight, so we should be able to lockpick this door. Have Astarion do it.
With ease.
Come on. That die roll lagged for some reason. Alright, everybody out of stealth. Because we just want to talk to this person.
Stop! This place is off limits. Leave.
And we could do all sorts of other stuff, but let's just go with, don't worry, I'm here to help.
Damn it! Was inventory today. I'm sorry. Nerves are shot after the attack. Do what you gotta do. Sorry if I don't show you around.
You'll notice, of course, that she is not standing up, so let's go with this one.
I just fall back down. Legs are as steady as a foal's.
Bloody potion.
From the old lady in the cave. The one with the lotions and potions. To her credit, it worked. I'm as strong as a bugbear. And fearless. Course she also warned of side effects. Should have listened. Now I'm stuck guarding crates. And then some. Just hope this wears off soon.
So there's a few items in here that we would, of course, like to be able to steal. There's also a path that goes down to somewhere mysterious back this way, which we can't go to. This is also our first hint that something might not be quite right with the old lady in the cave. So keep that in mind for a little bit later on in this playthrough. Anyways, let's just talk to her again real quick. There's nothing there. So let's switch to Shadowheart, and this is why we prepared Lesser Restoration, which is... I'm trying to remember what the image for that is. This one. Because she has been cursed. Get over there.
My legs! I can stand again! Did you do that? Thank you. Look, you're not really supposed to be here, but I'll turn a blind eye. Just don't touch anything, all right?
So we got her moving again, and that both will save her life in the event of everybody else leaving, but also we should be able to loot this area later on. We could also try to distract her out of this area. I haven't actually tried this, so let's do our first little attempt to do some theft here with just a little bit of... Oh. Alright, you're not going. Come on. No. Follow the cat. You go this way, and... Cat. And... Cat.
Not for communal use, it seems.
Oh. And they get mad if you try to open that door.
Let's see what you're hiding.
But because we have distracted them out of the way with the cats. Not you. I think probably because of her pathing, her coding, she's not always following the distraction. I'm not too worried about stealing the rest of the stuff in here, though. We got the important thing, which is the alchemist's chest. Then we can do a little bit more thievery down here. So I want to take particular note of one of the items that is down in this area, and that is this breastplate +1. So if we talk to this trader, he's a blacksmith.
Thanks for fighting off those goblins. My selection's pretty slim. I had to leave most
We'll
of my...
get his story, I suppose.
Learned a lot in my time in the Hells. Hope to forget most of it.
This is important later on.
My offerings are far more humble these days.
So what you'll notice is that he has in his shop a +1 breastplate, but does not sell a +1 breastplate. So that is very annoying to me. And we want that thing. So we're gonna... see where these guys are standing, and we're going to use Minor Illusion to cause everybody to run away. Same as we did before. Come on. Okay, cast it. They'll all run this way. Everybody can... This is a very fiddly trick, so this may take me a couple tries to get it right. Let's go into turn-based mode here, just for the sake of it. So now, you'll see that we are not currently visible to anybody. So I can snatch this +1 breastplate, and while they will still notice that it's gone, when we exit turn-based mode, someone's going to come yell at us. They won't know... we won't get arrested immediately, whereas we would if we had just tried to grab it in full view of everybody. So let's exit turn-based mode. Unstealth. Somebody's going to run over to us and accuse us of stealing, probably. Oh, actually, in this case, they didn't even notice. All right. Gotta be more evidence. So, +1 breastplate.
Stealing has
Oh,
caught
okay, there we go. They finally figured it out.
What will you do?
But what we are going to do is try to talk our way out of the situation. And we are going to go with, I'm just minding my own business. It's a pretty difficult check, but we get a couple tries at this check. Oh, missed it. Can we take our inspiration, which we have 4 of. And there we go.
You've been given the benefit of the doubt that...
And so now we're able to get this here +1 breastplate, which gives 15 armor class, and we can equip it on one of our characters. We're actually going to put it on Shadowheart, who's most likely to be in melee, but of course our character is also proficient in medium armor, and we get a pretty significant upgrade to our ACs from that. So now Shadowheart's up at 18, and we are at 15. Pretty good. Then we can go chat to Damon here.
Looking for steel? I have, well, something...
See what else we can buy from him. He's still at 0 attitude because he wasn't the one who caught us stealing, so we didn't lose any sale price on that. So we are able to snatch that breastplate, and even though one of us is wearing his breastplate visibly in front of him, that doesn't seem to bother him, so he may not be that good a smith. So we can grab this heavy armor. It is slightly worse, of course, than Lae'zel's armor, but it does allow us to upgrade our AC, our overall total AC, because Lae'zel can have heavy armor. We've got this medium armor, which is a +1 chain shirt. That's also quite good, so small upgrade there. But if we buy this this ring mail and this fancy shield, then we can bring our ACs up even further. So now, I need to sort my inventory here. Really annoying having those not sort automatically when you go into this view. So now Shadowheart can have this shield, which gives her +1 to saves. Lae'zel can use this armor, which will be slightly worse AC for her, but then we can use Lae'zel's armor on our main character. bringing it up to 17. We could also swap this around a little bit later on, but this is still pretty good, I think, overall. Once we get better than this +1 ringmail armor for Lae'zel, we'll have better, but AC 15 on Lae'zel isn't the end of the world. She's our tankiest character. Or our highest health character. These guys will tell us a little bit more about themselves, but I'm going to skip talking to them for now. We can go talk to Auntie Ethel here.
If it isn't the talk of the camp. It's a rare day when I see one of you. You look more green than... Auntie Ethel will sort you out. I've lotions and potions galore.
I haven't tried this Githyanki dialogue option.
Githyanki make a habit of paranoia, but 'tis just a healing potion. Yes, and you're as grumpy as I remember. No offense, love, but you don't look well. Are you all right? Oh, I've seen it all. I once had a fella who'd been caught dabbling with a dryad. The wife was none too pleased and introduced him to a pot of boiling oil. But worry not. I fixed him up, and depending on the lighting, he looks good as new. My point is, whatever ails you, I promise I've seen worse.
She is not to know of the...
What is it, Petal? What's wrong?
So Lae'zel's like, don't tell her. We just got a bunch of approval for Lae'zel for teaching that guy to swing a sword, so we can just do
As you recount
this
your
one.
adventure, Auntie Ethel nods along, her eyes wide.
I didn't realize we'd lose approval from Shadowheart there.
My heart goes out to you, truly. I see no sign of a tentacle yet. I've ne'er a potion or lotion here that could do it, but... Oh, whatever do you mean, Petal?
Let's go with, are you a sorcerer too?
Wouldn't have the patience for all that magical drama. I'm a simple woman, sweetie. Tea and... But enough nattering. I'll be heading. Be careful on the road.
So she has a couple potions here that we could try to snatch using the same trick. I think once is enough, though. Let's go over here and talk to some of these folks. We've got Ramira, who helped us at the gate.
Damn goblins.
Oh, I ain't letting anyone here near me. They all sat and watched while Zevlor near got us killed. Well, we expected a soft job. Something to test the new lad made. Most would have turned tail at the sight. But not Liam, no. He charged them, the stupid bastard. Nah. He hoped they cut him down quick.
We're just talking to all of these folks. I'm going to speed through some of these side conversations.
Back behind the walls, have to say.
Kept.
We're packing up, and I'd have...
Oh.
Looking at you is painful enough.
If it ain't the fearless goblin slayer, you sure you want to be seen with me? I ain't exactly popular with this lot. Half my crew. Now I'm gonna take the blame for leading the goblins here, and losing track of the bloody druid. They chased us, all the way from the ruins we were poking around in. Aye. His name's Halsin. We've got a contract to track down some relic, and he wanted in on the job. Didn't work out, though. Goblins got him when we were turning tail. He's either digging latrines or boiling in a cookpot by now. Job's all yours. If you got... There's a wizard in Baldur's Gate, but gold ain't any use if you're too cold to spend it. If I knew that... But look, it's called the Night Song. I'd give you the map. All I've got's the contract.
There we go. Item received. Stamped handbill. We can read that. Loroakin is going to pay us for retrieving the Night Song. Let's go talk to these two up here.
And we'll have a dog, right?
They don't allow them in Baldur's Gate. Cats, though?
A little orange...
What'll we name it? I like... Jeffrey.
Small.
Whiskers. Meow, meow.
You know, cat.
Yep, as a cat owner myself, I can attest that that is what they're like. Let's go.
Right. Dennis, we've got a...
Yes.
Right, and I need to talk to these guys, and then we can go up here.
Lee and Roland would never admit it, but they take an arrow for the other. Oh, thanks for cutting in.
We should have left by now. Instead, we're just sitting here, practically... And what about... We will... Our best chance to make it to Baldur's... You are looking at Leroican's newest apprentice.
The important thing out of this conversation is that Leroican comes up again.
Greatest wizard in... I've admired. But the names Roland and Leroican...
And we haven't talked to Leah yet.
Those goblins, you and I...
Haven't talked to Octa.
You! So fancy. Best to fill your belly now, while we still can. That's a good attitude. Here, have more. We'll need every bit of...
We get a little bit of free gruel.
We'll be leaving soon.
And then up here, there's a little bit more. In the way of conversation, just trying to speed through all the chatting to everyone real quick. Let's talk to Melly and Barth up here. Just gonna throw in a save in case a game crashes.
I'm only gonna ask you one more time, boy. Hand over my locket.
I don't have your ugly...
Hand it over or I'll slap the teeth out of your head. You threatening me?
Well, I saved your life. Let's just persuade him to stop.
You don't understand. The kid stole my locket. These little deaf... You'll get...
Maybe you see you around.
And notice that the stuff up here is all not marked as owned, so we can take anything that we want from up here. Now that backpack is empty, but we can grab this book. This backpack up here, also not marked as owned. There's a few more things around here. No, I didn't want to throw the backpack, I wanted to open it. Alright. That one doesn't have anything in it either. Let's head down here. Zoru, we've already harassed, he just moved. Secluded chamber. We can get another quest over here.
Ah, you. Thank you. You stopped us from making... I'm Zevlor. And you're well met. Though whatever your business here, this latest attack will only strengthen their resolve.
Have there been many attacks like that?
Attacks by different monsters. The druids blame us outsiders for drawing them here. They've started a ritual to cut the grove off from the world outside. We can't stay, but we'll be slaughtered if we leave. We're no fighters. I've tried. Kagha, their new first druid, won't sing. You, though, perhaps you could persuade her. For more time to prepare, if nothing else.
So we can go talk to Kagha. Let's go with... I need a healer.
You're wounded. The druid Halsin's a renowned healer, but he didn't make it back from Aradin's expedition. If it's not too serious, you could try his apprentice Nettie. They've withdrawn there to prepare this damn ritual of theirs.
Really?
We'd owe you a great debt. You'll find the druids...
So, what's interesting about that conversation is that if you just agree to help him without finding out that there's a healer in there, you lose approval from Shadowheart and Asarian, who don't like it when you just go do something with no possible benefit. But if you find out that there's a healer in there first, then you don't lose approval.
Good.
So you just want to ask about a healer before you agree to help him with the quest. And I really like how this game does little stuff like that in terms of the ordering of things. I certainly don't know all of them, so don't take all the ones that I have mentioned as being the only ones, but I will try to point them out when I know about them. Alright, we've got one more thing that we can do up here, and then we can go talk to the druids and do sort of the other half of the grove bits.
You ain't gonna shoot me. Your hands are shaking.
Put it down. She can't fight back.
That's the point. Get out of the way!
She didn't kill your brother, Arca. You're better than this.
Shoot before you lose your nerve, Tiefling. If you ever had it to begin with.
So let's intervene here. Gale likes that, at least.
Looks like the Absolute sent me a protector.
Even though he's not here.
You! Move!
Interestingly, we can't use guidance on this check.
You're right. I wish you weren't. I really do. Damn you. Damn it! Why do you care if a goblin lives or dies?
Let's go with...
If you believe anything that...
It's all right, Arca. Let's go.
Let me out, you bunch of softies!
The equipment chest, of course, only matters if we are in jail. The evidence chest doesn't have anything. We can talk to Saza, though.
Ain't sure why you're protecting me. Don't care, neither. It's too late. They're gonna burn this pretty place for the glory of the Absolute and hang you by your guts. Goddess! We're burning her name across the face of the world, we are. The Absolute is gold from the sky, she is. The blessing in the storm and the storm itself. My tribe can tell you everything there is to know. Got a whole lab set up. Cooks up could probably stick your head back on if someone...
I'm not saying we should trust a goblin, but she sounds very useful.
Get me out of here, and I'll tell you where to find her. Deal?
And we can do...
Then hurry up and do it. My tribe ain't... You're gonna be sorry. Every last one of you.
So... I like doing this because we get a little bit of both sides of the story, of course. If we save the goblin, we can just lockpick. Nobody can see us do it. There's a 30 sleight of hand check from Astarion.
Even your cages are boring. Ready to go meet my tribe? Just say the word. The Absolute is gold from the sky.
Already, and leave.
How much farther can I go?
We don't want to go to the goblin camp yet, but we've done that now. She's gonna just leave on her own, I think, but that's okay. Let's head over here.
He stares right past you, as if you're invisible. Or boring. He's still staring right past you. You see nothing out as you turn back, the child slips between the rocks.
So, yeah, I'm going to set Astral Knowledge on Intelligence. Ooh, natural 1. I don't think it's worth using an inspiration on this check, though. Notice that none of this stuff is marked as owned, so we can pick it all up. Gloves, no. Trunk has a little bit of rope in it, and then this travel-worn chest. Astarion can open it. Always remember to add guidance when you're making checks.
I've got a long road ahead.
Ooh, 1 gold.
Carry me.
Oh, I don't have any money or anything to sell. My partner does that. What? I'm the guard, so don't steal anything. I'm watching you.
Whoa, hey, can't say I've ever seen someone like you before. You some kind of elf or something? So not an elf. Okay. Anyway, to business. Hold out your hand. I want to show you something. Go on. Take this ring. It's lucky. You haven't seen anything yet, lady. Go on, take the ring and watch your fortune change.
We're gonna try to mimic his trick. Make the ring disappear. Not an easy roll for us without any points in sleight of hand, but we got there.
Weeping, bleeding hells! Okay, maybe you don't need extra luck. But since you're already holding the thing, call it. Heads or tails? Heads it is. See? That's the kind of luck you get from one of my lucky rings. I've got more where that came from. Real cheap, too. Interested? Hey, not so loud. You caught me. All right. They're not lucky rings. I'm just trying to earn money for my family. My father left and my mother, she's so sick.
I love this little interaction.
I wish I had better things to sell than trinkets, but it's all I have. I don't know what you mean. Hey, that hurts. I'm running an honest... okay, what's a tinker's trash? Uh-huh. Huh. Interesting. And I promise, this isn't a tinker's trash scam. Look, I swear to you, these rings are the real deal.
You already admitted they're not real, but...
Last chance. You want to look at my stuff or not? I knew it. Hang on. That's what I got.
And we made the perception check. So notice that we've got these rings of infinite wishes, resistance to ants, ring of the lekinesis, and ring of being really invisible. I like all this stuff. There's also a thieves tools, but again, no trap disarm kit, which is kind of annoying. And then a bunch of dies. But I am just going to buy all of these rings. I do not know if they have any use in the game. I don't know if anyone knows, but I believe, you know, I would believe that there are Easter eggs. So I, like many people, am willing to spend 31 gold on seeing if there are Easter eggs related to these rings. Let's, because they are unique in the game.
You
you bought something. Most everybody says it looks like junk and moves on.
Failed a perception save.
Really? Good thing we met then. Anyway, see you again.
You realize your bag feels light. You were just robbed.
I don't think I've ever had that that perception save. Fail like that, so we can't use this right now. I'm not 100% sure how we do this one, right? We do... Can we send a mage hand in here? Sometimes you can send mage hand through a hole.
Can't give up now.
Possible we just need a small character to do that. Oh, here we go. They go in, and then we can go talk to Siffy, I guess. I'm trying to remember, or trying to figure out how this encounter works. I've only ever caught them while they're pickpocketing from you.
Me? Suspicious? No?
Let's just do an intimidate roll real quick. Which we get a massive bonus to the DC, apparently, for being a Githyanki.
It's just so hard. We're on our own, and Mole's I wasn't... Anyway, I won't say anything else.
Before you can say anything else.
Hey, you're back. Here to buy some stuff? Me? No, You know who you should talk to? Her office is through the crack in the wall over there, if you can fit. If you have another choice, otherwise...
Took a long time to do that. Let's see. So we know that there's these rocks over here. Now that we know that those are real, can we go talk to Maul? I also don't remember what exactly got stolen. Looks like just some money, mostly. Let's check the Find Your Belongings quest. Alright, can we use the hole this time? I'm guessing not, since we can't fit. We don't have any small-sized characters. And sometimes you can use Mage Hand to go through a hole, but I guess not this one, because it leads to a little cave. So we'll come back to this quest in a bit, I think.
Let my daughter go right now!
She's a thief, hellspawn, and you will wait for Kagha's judgment. Now get back!
Oh, let me through, Mragrasham, or I'll rip your damn throat out!
Looks like a lot of drama going down over here. Let's talk to them.
We need to get Arabella out, now!
You heard the guards.
I'd sooner trek through the 9 hells than trust that snake! Ugh!
Arabella tried to steal their idol.
Oh, it's all my fault. I told her I wished the wretched thing would just disappear, or better yet, explode.
Now Arabella's being judged by a bunch of druids who hate us. That's not right.
Breaking into druid chambers to steal a sacred relic. Oh, she sounds like fun.
Thank you. They won't give us the time.
Hurry!
We need to get Astarion out of here as soon as I can. He's always,
We could help each other. But the... could have taken those guards. Lives are at...
If we're taking a basically good playthrough, then Astarion is gonna lose approval every time we do stuff. But we, of course, need somebody else who can lockpick.
Magrin, give her a chance. You, get back! Kick back. Force my...
A moment, Gion.
What? You.
We have a little bit of drama there. Kagha wants to see me, and she is inside. So, before we do this, we are going to do a little bit more conversations. We'll talk to Volo here.
Be a Githyanki. Oh, what a delight. If I was less educated, I'd presume to ask what you're doing on the Sword Coast. Indeed. Some merciless kin of yours made sure, though at present, my curiosity like... You were at the gates just now, no? When the goblins came? A few questions, if you please. There's no... Lord, how would you describe that particular batch of goblins? Size, nature, distinguishing qualities?
You search your mind, successfully recalling various details of goblin behavior.
We'll give... You know what? Let's exaggerate. That's clearly what he wants.
Ye gods! Can it be? How terribly compelling. And the dragon they had marching in the rear, was it of the brass or silver variety? Witness mistook. Obvious silver dragon for brass. Last question, then you'll be quite free. Did the attackers rally to the absolute when they fell upon the gates? They did, didn't they? I've interrogated one, a captive in this very camp. She reported the scandal. Never you mind. I'm on my way to their camp as we speak. I always knew my studies in Gukliak would come to some use. Oh, never you mind. Who needs mercy when you've a quick tongue, hmm? And an invisibility potion stashed in your back pocket. Until we meet.
Good luck, Volo. Alright, so we're going to go do just a little bit of extension, because there, a little bit of extra stuff, because there's this area behind the grove that I didn't even notice was here the first time I played this game.
Dance upon the stars tonight. Smiles and pain will fade away. Words of mine will change. No. Become... More like butchering. Don't know why I bother. No, I'm moments away from a grisly death. At the hands of this bloody song. I can't... Nothing fits, you know?
Let's see if we can help.
It can't hurt. I have an extra loot, if you want. My teacher, Lihala. She loved dancing. Had 2 left feet, mind. I remember waking up one night on the road and seeing her dancing beneath the stars. A huge smile on her face. Thinking of it now, my heart hurts. And my words just seem to crumble. Like ash. Wait. Words of mine will turn to ash. That's perfect.
Let's go with this.
That it's okay. That I'll be okay. And thank you for everything. Moon, moon reminds me of your grace. All the love I can't repay. Wait.
Oh, I don't know why this is so quiet. Alright. We get the idea. It's a great song. But unfortunately we can't hear it. I think because I have set sound effects and ambient sounds low, but I'm sure that that song is all over YouTube if you happen to need to see a full volume version. Anyways, let's go with this.
She'd have said the same thing. That's the first time I've played since Lihala died. My teacher. She was playing her lute. We didn't hear the gnolls coming. There was so much blood. I can still smell it. Lihala said that's why eulogies were important. They were for the living as well as the dead. I'd forgotten what it was like. That itch to perfect a song. The Weeping Dawn will be my gift to Lihala. I've a long way to go. But thank you. I needed this.
And of course, if you are a bard, you can play this song with her, which is also a kind of fun quest. And there is a chest up here, not owned by anyone, but locked. So let's have Astarion just quickly
let's crack it open.
Crack that open. One thing that's just really fun about this playthrough for me right now is seeing how many things I did differently or didn't see the first time, so even though I have a pretty good idea of a lot of things, what we're supposed to do in a lot of places.
Breathe deep and move.
I don't have those in. I don't know exactly what's going to happen every time we start a conversation, as witnessed by us gaining and losing approval sometimes when I wasn't expecting it, and so on. But let's keep exploring this area because, spoilers, there's a little bit of combat down here. And it would be nice to get at least one of those in the
It's beautiful.
in this episode.
Such a pretty song. Shh. Listen.
Let's go
Don't
with
you
this.
hear it? It's so peaceful. No, it's just a bit of water. I only want to listen. Just a little closer. Yes, everything's gonna be fine once I get there.
Well, Astarion failed his save. Lae'zel's all the way out over there. Okay, great. Looks like we've all failed a bunch of saves. But hey, we've got a decent amount of AC, so the harpy missed. Let's get the combat log up here. And yeah, it's not the best use of our reaction. Like, we could save that for shield, but there's not that many harpies, so using one reaction on just dealing a little bit of damage, I think, is pretty good here. Lae'zel was still failed the check here. So we are going to use a spiritual weapon. We're going to try to distract this harpy. A great axe spiritual weapon back here. And then to try to keep our characters doing a little better than they are currently, let's get Bless on everybody because that increases our hit rolls and also our saving throws against the... Oh, come on, can you not... How is that still out of range? Ah! Alright, well, I wanted to get Lae'zel with that, but we'll just go with these three. Then, of course, on the spiritual weapon, you have the special weapon attacks for proficiency, because spiritual weapons, needless to say, count as proficient with themselves. So you should always make sure you use that action when you're using spiritual weapon. Astarion has saved, which is great. Can you make it out to here? Lae'zel, I don't believe... No, the harpy does count as threatened against Lae'zel, so that's good. So I could have Astarion dash, or possibly jump to there. Or I could just use his ranged sneak attack. Of course, another option is to try to damage this harpy and knock down the song. But I think we're going to wait to use our main character for that, probably. Assuming that she passes the skill check. But given that we get a sneak attack this way, I think it is probably best to have Astarion take this shot against this harpy. Alright, critical miss, not a great start. And then we are going to have him cunning action dash. Swap to daggers, so he's got melee weapons equipped. And then move up over to here. Oh, come on. To try to get in range of the harpy if we can. Lae'zel definitely in a lot of trouble, and Shadowheart, I believe, is out of spells. So we are going to need to do something to keep Lae'zel alive at 1 hit point. So let's see if we can get this on both harpies. Cloud of daggers. Looks like no, even if we were to place it like here. That wouldn't quite work. So I would like to hit the harpy that is concentrating with the cloud of daggers to try to knock that off. So let's place it here, where we can still melee attack the harpy theoretically. So that breaks the concentration. Now I could use Quicken spell. We do have 3 sorcery points. If I wanted to cast an additional spell. Now we're using our concentration, so currently with this setup we don't have just a normal damage spell that I could use. I mean, I could use a firebolt or something. As is, I think we're in pretty good shape. I'm going to have my character just use our tempestuous flight magic to get onto some high ground here. This harpy takes a little bit more damage, moves out of the way. Lae'zel goes down, that's okay. Lae'zel, or Shadowheart loses Bless concentration, which is pretty bad, actually. So we can Healing Word to get Lae'zel up. Stop her from dying, and then Shadowheart is going to need to just use a normal attack with either a Firebolt, 50%, a crossbow attack, 55%. Just let's go with the piercing shot on this harpy. Not amazing rolls so far. One thing that I should certainly have done is heal Lae'zel before engaging in this fight. Let's have Astarion use his offhand attack. So we can just hit this harpy probably. Use sneak attack. It's a little bit of a waste of 2 sneak attack dice, but I think it's still good to do this and attack this harpy as well. They miss Lae'zel, which is good for us, although not critical, because Astarion can potion her. But basically, when you have a character that's low like this, you want to use healing effects to sort of ping-pong them in and out of being unconscious, and that way you never are threatened to actually lose them, but you do end up with them able to... Even if the enemy attacks them, you will never actually be in danger of having them die, so you just end up bringing them in and out of consciousness over and over again. I think this is actually like a design flaw with D&D 5th edition, but it's the game as she is played, so that's what we're doing. So, we can place this at hit both harpies, and it will hit the spiritual weapon, but we don't really care about dealing 20 damage to the spiritual weapon. I could also web the harpies. This would stop them from moving if it succeeds, but also they can fly, so they can just fly out of the web if they pass the save. I think we're better off just using Cloud of Daggers just for some DPS. It's not going to be amazing for us, but pretty good still. And then I'm going to just leave my character where she is right now, I think. Harpy takes a little bit of extra damage, loses concentration, flies over to our sorcerer and attacks, which is fine. I am going to use shield. We have 2 level 1 spells left. So it's a good way to use reaction. We have a bonus action, but not a normal action, so we can second wind on Lae'zel. Which we should have done that or short rested before going into this fight, but that's okay. Also, I don't know why... Oh, right, because she was... Lae'zel was stunned from the Harpy's luring song before we went into this fight, so I wasn't able to use her strike back reaction. Do not run into the Cloud of Daggers. Oh my god. Alright, well... The child just hurled himself into the Cloud of Daggers. I didn't know that would happen. At least he's still alive. So I can do either of those, or I can use Sacred Flame. I guess Sacred Flame is a little more likely to succeed, but neither of them are super likely to succeed. And let's have you switch back to this and run over towards this group of harpies. Come on. It's okay to be in the water. Spiritual weapon can fly, so it can go up here and attack. Astarion resisted the song. Which one's singing? I don't think either of them should be singing right now. And we will have Astarion sneak attack this harpy with the dagger and offhand attack the harpy. They did a luring song. I'm going to either firebolt or crossbow. We could use a flaming arrow to try to kill this harpy right away. I think just the crossbow attack should be good enough, combined with the attacks from the spiritual weapon. I guess we might as well use this piercing shot. Alright, we missed that attack. That's fine. Harpy should continue to attack our sorcerer here. Just one reason I like to put the AC on the sorcerer, because enemies will go after your casters preferentially. Lae'zel is lured. That's okay. Mirkon at least seems to have invincibility for being a child in a video game, so despite his desire to hurl himself directly into that cloud of daggers. It worked out okay. I'm just gonna move the spiritual weapon over here. It's because I think this harpy is likely to come back to attack my main character. Yeah, we'll use sneak attack here, and then as my bonus action, I should be able to... Could do a flourish. There isn't really anything that we want to do with our bonus action here, so let's just have Astarion hold still. Main character, just fire a crossbow. This character goes, the harpy goes after Shadowheart, which is actually pretty interesting, and then Lae'zel should be able
Taste my fury.
to hit. Didn't hit. I should have used precision attack there. Actually, that was bad. Give myself the attack bonus. All right, kid, just stop running into the cloud of daggers. That's all I need from you. And then 50 or 55. I really need to fix Shadowheart's strength. Leave that there. Astarion, can you make it over just by walking? Yes, you can. And with the sneak attack, we finish that fight. Okay, let's immediately cancel the cloud of daggers before my whole party runs into it. Got that just in time. And then the kid ran away back up the beach, so investigate the beach, rescued the child from the harpies. He's alive and well. He's run back down after recovering his hit points, despite his best efforts. Get a skull there. Let's talk to him.
Are they gone?
No. Yes. I mean, I don't know.
That's what the voice said. I almost got to the nest, but the singing... I need to get back. Mole will be so mad. Wait, you should meet Mole. She'll be grateful you helped me. Find a boy called Donny. Tell him you want to see the dragon's lair.
So now, because we weren't able to squeeze through the crack or find the entrance, we have found the alternate way into Sea Mall. Go just grab some random crap off these harpies. And then we're going to see if they happen to have anything else interesting up here. Looks like not particularly. So there was a polished dagger up there apparently. But let's first head down this way. One thing that's kind of weird about this zone, which is a very large zone, is you can get to here and you can actually like teleport all the way back in behind there. And as far as I know, there's actually nothing back there. Grab. So if anybody knows if this area out behind the river has any secrets or anything, I have explored it a little bit with other parties. Let me know in the comments. I will probably take just a quick little path out there. Just at least as far as we can jump. Just to see if there's anything this time. Then over here. Not sure if there's anything up this way. There probably is, though. Oh, yeah, right. It's the harpy nest. My character can't make this jump normally, but common Githyanki psionics jump. And then now we jump real good.
Let's see what those harpies were holding.
And we get a ring of color spray, which we will equip. As well as a little note. And an inscrutable journal. Gonna pick these up. And then take a little damage jumping back, but that's okay. We're completely out of spells, so we're gonna want to long rest anyways at this point. And we'll head back around this way. Just gonna quickly explore this back area. I think there's a diggable chest here, but I think that's it. But let's do a little hopping. And we got nothing particularly notable. So you can get all the way back here with like Misty Step and stuff, but there doesn't seem to be anything, as far as I know, behind this area. And so, like I said, if you know of anything that area is used for, let me know in the comments, because it would be kind of fun to know about that. Also notice we've left a bunch of our party behind, so I'm going to toggle group mode and then toggle group mode again to hopefully get them to figure that out and start running towards us. Oh, they are stuck.
Someone there.
You jump back this way, please.
What to do?
Group mode, group mode. Come on. Ow.
These boots have seen everything.
Alright, well now we've scattered everyone everywhere. Now Shadowheart's stuck on the other side of this gap as well. So we're just gonna have to do a little bit of reconnecting the party. Because if we were to go to the...
This way.
Have you guys go there, and then Astarion and Lae'zel, you can come down this way and jump here.
Shall
we? You got Lae'zel? Okay, great. Then the rest of my party is running the wrong way around.
Still alive.
So I'm gonna intercept them and have them come back this way. Okay, it looks like we've solved this most complicated puzzle in the game. The get your party back together after doing a little bit of jumping puzzle. Then we're going to go resolve the quest with Maul. And I will probably just finish talking to everyone in the hollow. scribbled note, which we can read. Keep away from Tuffet. This is when I'm wishing I had speak with animals available, so we'll come back here as soon as we get that. Also notice that they don't get mad if you pick their flowers, which is not the normal experience of garden owners. This guy, Topaz, and Tuffet the bear have a number of interesting things that you can do with them as well. Go down here, make sure that we're exploring every area. Talk to these folks in the center here as well later on, but we've got Orm, who I believe has eaten too many fish. And then, can we get back here easily? We do some hopping. No, it's the jumping puzzle again. Alright, we'll need to use Lae'zel for this, who has better athletics.
Onward.
There's a chest over here. Okay, I'm gonna ungroup everyone so these three just stay there. And then again, I believe we can get back here using Misty Step, but through just jumping. I don't know if there's a way. So we may come back and explore that section once we have Misty Step, if we want that. To group and ungroup your characters, it's Shift and G by default. Very useful for pathing around traps and so on.
At the ready.
Alas, I've never learned to converse with your kind.
Alright, then we're going to go grab our last quest.
I'm sorry. Please. I'm sorry.
This is madness, Kagha. She's just
A what, Wrath? A thief? A poison? A threat? I will imprison the devil. And I will cast out every stranger. Girl? You mean parasite?
She eats our food, drinks our water, then steals our most holy idol in thanks.
Wrath, lock her up. She remains here until the rite is complete. And keep still, devil. Tila is restless.
Kagha seems charming.
Come, Kagha. We took back the idol. Surely...
Do it.
So I could use Detect Thoughts to read Kagha's mind. Let's try that. Ooh. Missed on that one. I could use an inspiration.
You intrude on the circle. You intrude on my mind. More proof.
The snake's hiss of approval reveals its intentions. Should the child struggle, it is poised to strike.
Let's try a persuasion roll. Notice that we use the right wording, so we get advantage on this one.
Yes. She is more valuable out there than in here. Sif, Tila, to me! Out, thief. My grace has its limits.
It hurts.
Thank you, Kagha. Master Halsin...
Halsin isn't here. Keep his name off your tongue, lest Tila pierce it.
successfully did that. Let's talk to Shadowheart, because something weird happened to her.
I know that look. You're wondering why I was in pain before. Let's just clear the air about that now. It's just an old wound that hurt. It's nothing to do with the It's just something I have to live with. Quite a lot, if I'm being honest. But it always passes quickly, so I can manage. Positive. You can trust me on that. Fine. What's on your mind? You saved my life. And since then, you've seemed reliable. Maybe.
Alright, there we go. Shadowheart has to roll a frightened save because of being near a wolf. If you remember when we looked at her character sheet, she has a fear of wolves. I should also throw in a short rest here, just get our characters a little more HP. We don't have any spells, so we're still not ready to take a big fight, but that'll just be a little more comfortable for walking around.
Go on. Say it. You think I'm a monster?
Let's go with this one.
You would say so. I know.
Oh, Lizelle does not like how we've been acting so far.
Only villains and a viper bears her fang. No matter. I took back the idol of Sylvanas, and the rite is resumed. We will seal the grove, the rite of thorns. It is the grove will be cloaked in bramble and thorn. No one enters, no one leaves. Sanctuary. None of this can happen while Outlanders infect us. Sylvanas demands, and mine perish if he stays. You showed great mettle at the gate. The mettle of a skilled sword for hire. I want you to provide your services to Zevlor. Or they're to be gone before the Viper must strike. You will do this tale ends but one way.
So now we have another way to resolve this situation. If we escort the refugees to Baldur's Gate, we can save them, and Kagha's happy. Talk to
You
Wrath.
did well to speak up for the girl. That snake is fickle. A tragedy prevented. Well seen. Well spotted. We've let a snake replace our leader. Master Halsin. Perhaps goblin caught, perhaps dead. He'd set Mistress Kagha back in. More will die if the rite is finished. So many more. Would you? I would give anything to see Halsin return home. Sylvanas is blessed. Halsin is an elf with the presence of a bear. He left west with you won't mistake the first.
So now we know we can get back Halsin.
Please leave. Our hospital.
And there's a few items that we can steal in here, but let's also talk to Nettie.
I see you. Just give me a moment. A moment.
This may be Catherine's.
There. It's up to her now. Life or death. Now, what was it you needed? I do what I can. For most folks, that's enough. Come here. Let's have a look at you. You seem healthy enough. A bit tired around the eyes, maybe. A tadpole. A mind flayer tadpole. That's a serious condition. Come, follow me. I might be able to help.
Alright, well, problem solved.
This way.
And we get through this secret chamber.
There's something in that vessel. Take a closer look.
This one had the same problem as you. Attacked us in the woods together with some goblins. tadpole crawled out of his head soon after.
Is everyone being captured by mind flayers? It sure seems like it.
Rather too common as of late. At least that's what Master Halsin suspected. I pity you got me instead of him. He understands these things, studied them. Still, we have options. You don't have to be here for this.
No, I'll stay. I'd rather know exactly what you're up to.
All right. Let's see what we can do.
She shifts uneasily, hesitating. Something's off.
It might. But first things first. Tell me about your symptoms. Have you noticed anything strange happening?
Let's go with...
I'm telling you everything you need to know. Believe me on that. I want to help you, but I can't unless you work with me. So, has anything unusual happened to you? Victims can identify each other. Not that the others know they're victims, of course. How'd you pick up the parasite? Halsin was desperate to find where all this was happening. A mind flayer ship? But Master Halsin was sure. Look, you've been straight with me, so I'll be straight with you. You're dangerous. If you transform here, we're all dead. But you seem like a good soul. You deserve a chance to save yourself. This is a vial of wyvern poison. Swear to me, you'll swallow it if you feel any symptoms. The thorn? Coated in a fatal toxin. It was a last resort, in case I couldn't trust you. I don't have a cure. Only a way out. I'm sorry for misleading you, but I had to be sure you weren't a threat before I told you everything. Now, do I have your word or not? I hope it doesn't come to that, but thank you. Here. You know, I've spent my life treating folk, and never once... Master Halsin and I were tracking them, studying them, trying to figure out what... Because you should all be changing. There should be a small army of mind flayers out there. But you're not. Weird mind flayers reproduce by infecting someone with their parasite. 7 gruesome days later. The thing in your skull, though? It's one of their worms for sure. But this one gives you powers. Telepathic connections. And it doesn't turn you into one of them. Not yet, anyhow. Hard to say.
We know all
There's a
this
lot we
already,
don't
but
know.
it's good
Infected,
to get
folks
some
like you
additional
have
perspective.
been converging on an old when Master Halsin heard the adventurers were heading that way, he saw a chance to get answers. Joined on the spot. Whatever he found there, he didn't make it back.
And we
the
can...
thing is, I've sent birds to find him. You, though, you're one of them. Technically speaking, I mean. If you can find Halsin and get him out of there, we can discover what he learned. And perhaps he can save you. Thank you. I wish I could tell you more. All I could... Good luck out there.
Alright, and we have gotten some wyvern toxin, which is kind of a useful poison. Also, let's go check out... Oh, we can't check out the dissected drow, but... If you remember, there was a little voice that said, inspect this specimen. It looks like there's nobody in here, so let's have... Yep. Let's do this. Everybody's sneaking. And... time to start snatching stuff. I'm just leaving these things up on screen very briefly if you want to, all these notes that are story bits, if you want to read them. By all means, just pause the video.
Assuming he's still alive.
Forget Halfin. Only a Githyanki crash holds.
These boots have seen everything.
Oh yeah, also another very useful hotkey is Shift-C causes everyone in your party to enter or leave stealth, which is extremely useful. And notice everyone else is still in stealth because I did C, and then Shift-C, we can unstealth everyone. It's just very useful to have that available. Let's take a look at these things. We can turn on some runes.
Put my hands on everything.
That one's broken. And this one is missing, so we need to add something into it. I actually don't know what we just succeeded on a perception for. That's funny. Take all their mugwort, and then I need this personal account. Yeah, here we go. Read. Alright. And now, I believe that we have spoken to everyone that we need to grab quests from in the... Let's also read on antidotes. Notice that it's orange. We have learned antidote here, and we'll look at the Cauldron of Boiling Theriac, which we can't use right now. Okay. A few more things that we could steal from and so on, but I'm pretty sure that we have spoken to everyone that we need to, so let's actually just head back to the Emerald Grove environs. Back outside. We can, of course, revisit the Emerald Grove and talk to a few more people if we need to, but we have a few more additional quests that give us some areas. We can escort Saza out of the Emerald Grove over here. We can save the refugees by returning to Zevlor. We can go investigate the Goblin camp. And next on the list is to start heading east. We're going to see if we can get to... or west, rather. Get to the Blade of Frontiers quest. Also, there's this dirt mound that I think we didn't have a shovel last time we were here. We can dig up whatever's in here. Head down this path real quick. I don't think there's anything else over this way, but it looks like we haven't explored this direction, so just to fill out the map. And then the next thing that we need to do is go up this way and go west. First, though, it's time to long rest.
Understand, if I choose to kill you, you will not even see it.
Because we're completely out of spells. And we have a lot of chatting to do with the companions. If you don't long rest frequently enough, you won't progress all the companion quests, so we'll need to throw in some long rests to do that. For the most part, I'm trying to avoid long resting except when we actually need the resources or need to advance a quest, but as you can see, we've stacked up a number of quests all in a row here. So let's try to get some companion approvals.
I'd like some time to talk.
Talk to Gale first.
Tiring business, isn't it? All this traveling and adventuring. Why don't we take a little break? Allow ourselves a few moments of rest? Gives me a chance to talk to you about something. We've been on the road together for a while now, haven't we? Ever since you were kind enough to free me from that stone, I've seen you demonstrate remarkable guile and courage. The way you diffused the tension between Zevlor and Aradin. The way you stood in front of a crossbow to prevent a murder. The way you got Kagha to release the girl. The way you got that boy out of a harpy's clutches. In short, I've grown to trust you. The reason I make a point of saying this is that I've grown confident enough to tell you something I've yet to tell another living soul, except for my cat. You see, I have this condition. Very different from the parasite we share, but just as deadly. No, it cannot be cured. And I assure you I've left no... I can keep this condition under control, as indeed I've done for a significant amount of time, but that was under different circumstances altogether. Home, in Waterdeep.
I need to get my character a different outfit.
Every so often, I need to get my hands on a powerful magical item and absorb the weave inside.
Alright. So, now we know
no
that
more
Gale,
on the
he
matter.
needs
Not
to
now,
eat
anyway.
magic items.
Just trust me. It's been days since I last consumed an artifact. And before... That is why I turn to you. I need you to help me find magic items to consume. You have my thanks. And fear not. I'm sure we won't have to look very far, as do our packs, as a matter of fact. I hope I can...
So, now we know Gale needs to eat magic items every once in a while. Luckily, you can use pretty low value magic items, so that's not a huge cost. But, let's talk to Wyll.
A tingle runs through your head and down to your feet.
Ah, there it is. That shiver. How do you feel?
Let's go with confident.
Courage in danger's shadow. I love to see it. But shouldn't the shadow have crept closer? Before the tadpoles weakened me, suppressed greater talents, but beyond that, have showed no signs of turning. No nausea, no pain, not even a hot flash. Perhaps the worm's vat was poisoned. Perhaps we're uncommonly fit. Or perhaps the tadpoles are merely on holiday. We could conjecture all night. And that answer is plain. Let's get some rest.
Very important to have these chats also with everyone so that you can collect some of this approval. Also notice that there's a certain somebody over here who we will talk to in a second.
A fine evening, don't you think? The moonlight shines warmly on us. The breeze caresses our faces. Hideous. All of it. Would that I were doing battle up there, among the tears. Yes. Rocky bodies named after a false goddess. Look above. Watch the moon cross the sky. The tears follow behind it. Rocky bodies tumbling through the sea of night. One of them is my crash. Clear. Only, my entire clutch battled beholders within the eye of the sky's tunnels. We infiltrated a Neogi spelljammer and laid waste to its crew. The tears span Toral's sky. There is more to the realm than this grassy pebble, kin. But enough of this. You are...
Nice to know a little bit more about her. Let's talk to Astarion,
You
who
know,
probably dislikes
I've
us.
been thinking, reflecting on what tomorrow might bring. When we find the druid, will he know how to bring the worm under control? Will this little adventure of ours be over? Why not? You've been to the Hells and back. Survived the crash. Survived everything that's followed. I'm not easily impressed by people, but you're stronger than I gave you credit for.
Let's go with true.
Aren't you just? Oh, I was leagues away. I just need to get some air, clear my head. I'll see you later, I'm sure. Sleep tight.
And let's talk to Shadowheart.
The leader of the pack comes to chat. What's on your mind? You must be pleased to have a clear path forward. The sooner we find the druid house in, the better. I can't wait to get rid of this thing in my head. The same. These parasites are proving suspiciously benign. But suppose I turn. What would you do? Wise. Though, I hope you'd miss me after I'm gone. I think I would if the positions were reversed. But you're right. If we're to make it through all this, there can be no room for hesitation. You're doing well. It's a beautiful night. I think I'll stay up to enjoy it while I still can. Rest well.
Not sure what whether we could have gotten Shadowheart approval there for a dialogue choice or not. Alright, let's talk to this guy.
We meet again, as predicted. I shall be here in thy camp for whenever thou hast need of my services.
Not to be rude.
There are many answers to that question. None are important. Correct. No.
I like that. What kind of services? You were sorting something before.
Beyond mortal realms, there doth exist an amalgamation of spirits akin to thy... They, for a mere pittance of coin, I might summon the worthiest. Should thou or any of thy compatriots perish, I will cleave soul to body once, because it is my calling. There is little else to explain. A matter of coin.
So, the important thing about Withers is that he can reset everyone's builds, reset every character. So, to level 1 and fix some of the problems with their builds. I'm probably going to do that in a separate video, though. So first, what we're going to do is just go to bed, wrap up this long rest. We'll just auto-select stuff for now. That's fine. I actually need to pick up a few more camp supplies. Something appears to be happening. And let's just check if anybody has a little floaty exclamation point. Because if so, then we would need to speak to them. Nope, nobody in particular. Alright. So we've managed to recover all of our resources, doing well. And with that, and having spoken to everyone, cleared a whole bunch of the Hollow, gotten all of our quests, we are ready to engage in the rest of Act 1. This video has gone very long, but if you have made it this far, my friends, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you've been enjoying this playthrough. As always, you can subscribe to my channel for more of this and other strategy game videos, and I will catch you next time, when we'll be fixing our characters, our companions' bad starting builds. Cheers, folks! GG.